Mr. Rodriguez, you're suing Mr. Clemente for $602.93, the value of property that you feel he illegally disposed of. Talk to me. How do you two know each other?
Mr. Clemente was my former sponsor in AA.
Okay.
We had known each other for quite some time.
What's quite some time, more or less?
Well, in my recovery, I had been in and out of AA for about a year. And we had been going to the same meetings. So we knew each other, we started getting to know each other pretty well for about 6 months. And at that time, after that 6 months, I had hit one of many rock bottoms. I was homeless, I was jobless, and Mr. Clemente offered me a place to stay while I got back on my feet.
Can I ask you what was, drugs, alcohol, both, what was your poison?
It would always start with alcohol, but then it was pretty much, you know, just anything that I could get my hands on.
When you say he offered you a place to stay, are you referring to him renting you an apartment or literally letting you sleep at his house?
Letting me sleep at his house. He had a guest room. He told me that I could stay there. He actually offered to let me stay there rent-free.
Was he your sponsor?
He was my sponsor.
Okay.
Your Honor.
Okay, go on. So you move in.
I move in.
You're not paying rent.
I'm not paying rent.
Did you get a job?
I did. I did. I was able to get a part-time job, just starting to get back on my feet.
Okay. And then what happened?
Well, getting back on my feet, as I said, I was able to get a part-time job, so I started to try to put my life back together. I purchased a few items, right? I purchased a bed, I purchased a bed frame, a dresser, a TV, meager items, for which I have the receipt right here.
Okay. So go on.
So I'm there for a couple of weeks, and I start smelling marijuana. My first thought is not that Mr. Clemente is smoking. He's my sponsor, and as you know, that relationship between a sponsor is very important. It's built on trust, and a sponsor is a beacon of hope of sobriety. Right? That's part of the reason why I asked Mr. Clemente to be my sponsor. He had been already sober for about 2 years when we met. So,
So you smell marijuana.
I smell marijuana. I don't immediately confront him. I don't know what to say.
What do you do?
Well, what ends up happening is I come home and I actually see him smoking.
Where is he when he's smoking?
He's in the living room. He's blowing it out the window.
Okay.
I don't immediately say anything.
When you do, what do you say? What happens? Tell me about the confrontation or lack of confrontation. What happens to you?
We don't have a confrontation immediately.
Okay.
In fact, I try to avoid him. I try to continue to stay there. I do not have another place to stay.
Yeah, no, the rent is perfect. Right, and then, so then what happens?
I tell people in the community that what I'm going through.
You mean by in the community, who do you mean? You mean AA?
Other people in AA.
Okay, go on.
Yes, because, he's lying. And he's my sponsor, and I want to protect people. I also feel betrayed. I start to think that the whole thing is a sham. If this is not, if my beacon of hope that saying you can do this.
Yes, I got all that.
Yes.
Now, what happens after that? I know you're distraught. Then what is your next action? To relapse?
Yeah, I relapse. Yes.
Right, because we keep talking about what everybody else does, but we're not talking about what you did. So, tell me about the relapse, whatever you can tell me.
This is an important shift in the hearing. The judge acknowledges Peter's disappointment, but she's steering the conversation toward personal accountability. Whether someone else's actions influenced a relapse is one issue. Whether they owe money under the law is an entirely different question.
I don't stay there anymore at first.
Okay, how many days did you stay there after you saw him smoking?
It was a few weeks.
Okay,
maybe
and when you leave, where do you go?
I only can have my car. So I'm staying in my car, I'm drinking. Enough time has gone by where I recognize that I'm out of control. I try to come back.
Wait, what is enough time goes by? That's how long?
Maybe 3 weeks, Your Honor.
According to you, it's a lot longer than 3 weeks.
Your Honor.
How long?
A month.
Just 1 month?
Yeah, but he's leaving out a lot of stuff.
Why don't you fill in?
Yeah, I mean, where do I even start?
You start on the part where you're smoking a joint and you're his AA sponsor. Why don't we start there? Is that true or not true?
Yeah, let me just say first, that's not a legal issue. Like,
No,
don't
I
have
didn't
to be
say
in
it was
court for that
illegally.
at all.
I'm asking you
Right.
how an AA sponsor can smoke
Yeah.
a joint with an addict in the house and with you being an addict, right? Because that's why you're in AA. What was your poison of choice?
You know, my main addiction was alcohol. I didn't really consider weed to be that big of an issue for me.
According to him, it's all your fault he relapsed.
Okay. Well, first off, it's not my responsibility. I was trying to help him. He disappeared. He relapsed. He was off doing crack, meth, whatever he was doing. And then a month later, he shows up at my door, and it's 7:30 Wednesday night. I'm making dinner, some pasta or something, and I hear him banging on the front gate of my house. He's banging on the gate, yelling, "Let me in, let me in." And I had changed the locks on the gate because I didn't feel safe.
Okay,
with
so he
him
didn't have a
being out
key
there
to,
anymore.
all right. By
Yeah.
that point, so it's a month later, according
Yeah.
to you. What efforts had you made to find him? When you say he was nowhere, tell me what you did to find him. Just as an AA sponsor, I'm asking, what did you do? Just tell me factually what you did. If it's nothing, just say nothing. I'm just trying to figure it out.
I mean, I called him.
Uh-huh.
No answer. Straight to voicemail.
Did you
Seemed
text him?
He's not very responsive over text.
Okay.
And
So
to be
is the
completely
answer to that
honest-
then no, you didn't text him? I just answered, did you text him or didn't you?
No, okay, to be honest, I
It's
was
fine.
mad that he had ratted me out to everyone else. So,
I don't- yeah, I got you.
I didn't try that hard to find him. But again, that's not my job, and I shouldn't have to be in court for that.
Okay.
But anyway, other people
What'd
were
you
looking
do
for
with
him
his
as well.
furniture?
So after a month, he came back and he was trying to basically break in. He was saying, "You better let me in, I need to get in." And I was like, "No," because
Was he high when he was outside your...
Yes.
Okay, go
Yeah.
on.
He was belligerent, aggressive, yelling. I didn't want him to come in. He was like, "I'm breaking in," and he kicked down my gate. He broke the handle of my gate and got in. And then he came up to the front door. I did not let him in. I called the police once I saw he got into my front yard, and they came and arrested him in front of my door. So he didn't make it in. And then after that point, I actually, during that time, lost my job as well. And so I needed to find someone to help me pay the rent. So I found a paying roommate. They
When
moved
did
into
you
the
do
guest-
that in this continue? Point A is when he leaves. A month later is when he comes back. When
Yeah.
in that continuum did you get a roommate?
After he tried to break in.
Oh,
and I
okay.
realized
So
he was not
after
coming
that,
back.
you get a paying roommate.
Yes.
All right, go on.
Yeah, I get a paying roommate to move in because I need help with the rent, and his stuff was in the way, and no way to reach him. I didn't want to reach him. I felt unsafe, didn't want to talk to him. So I got rid of his stuff. A tenant moved in.
Up to this point, the testimony has focused heavily on addiction, sponsorship, and broken trust. But none of those issues decide this lawsuit. The court now shifts to the real legal question: what happened to Peter's belongings after he disappeared?
Then, 3 months after that, after he tried to break in, I had blocked his number at that point because I didn't feel safe, didn't want him to be able to contact me. He emailed me 3 months after the attempted break-in, and
Did you have his email address?
yeah, but I didn't think to block him over email. So he emailed me. It was a very nice letter written out, and he said he had gotten his stuff together, and he wanted to meet with me for coffee and apologized. So I said, okay. So we went Saturday morning, met for coffee, and he asked about his stuff. And that's what I told him, it's not there anymore. I had to get a paying roommate, lost my job. It's not there. And I'm sorry.
I mean, so you're here suing a guy who let you live in his house rent-free for how long?
I was only there for a couple of weeks before I came in on him.
How long,
smoking weed.
according to you, was he living there rent-free?
It was 3 months.
3 months.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big difference.
Your Honor, it's just not true.
Okay, but here's a guy who was willing to let you live in his house rent-free. You blame your relapse on him. AA is about taking responsibility and accountability.
I understand, Your Honor.
Okay, and so you've come to court to make him pay, even though this is the guy who let you into his home to live rent-free. I just want to make sure I'm picking up what y'all are putting down, right?
Understood.
Yeah. All right, here's the deal, though, Mr. Clemente. You got a problem. And the problem is you live in the great state of California. Every state has different laws about abandonment, okay? In most states, after a month that somebody doesn't pick up their stuff, Have at it. Do what you want. Sell it for a profit. You can do whatever you want. That's most state laws, not California, okay? You have to give notice, not like a landlord, because I agree, you're not a landlord. He's living at will. He's a guest in your house who left stuff. So the standard is lower for you than it would be for a landlord. In this friend situation, you have to still reach out to them and say to them, you have 2 weeks to get your stuff, or however many number of days, or I'm getting rid of it. So that you could do that by text. As soon as he ghosts you and he's gone, send a text, and then you've got the text to show me. You have his email. Send an email, and then you've got the email to show me. And then I would say, hey, too bad, so sad. But you didn't do any of that, so my hands are tied, and I have to follow California law on this.
This is where many people are surprised. Even if someone disappears for weeks, you can't always throw away their belongings. Property laws vary by state, and the judge is explaining why California requires one extra step before disposing of someone else's possessions.
And my verdict in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of the $602.93.
Your Honor.
Ms. Jones, you are suing your former good friend, Ms. Payton, for $400.53. Tell me what happened.
She ran over my mailbox at Thanksgiving dinner, so.
Why don't we start at the beginning? How long have you known each other?
Since middle school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we've known each other for a very long time, and we had somewhat of a disagreement at Thanksgiving dinner, and
What was the disagreement about?
Well, my sister confronted her in regards to my husband. Yeah.
Meaning?
Meaning she allegedly is having an affair, even currently, with my ex, or soon-to-be ex-husband.
And what exactly does your sister say?
She basically asked her if her car was parked in the driveway or in my husband or ex-husband's driveway a few nights prior to Thanksgiving.
Did she say she had seen it?
Yes, she did.
And what happened when she...
Her and a few other people actually said they saw
So
it.
did you tell your sister to stop it when your sister confronted her?
I did not, Your Honor.
Because? You wanted to hear her answer.
I wanted to get
Yeah,
to the
I want to
bottom
hear
of
her
things.
answer. Are you having an affair with her husband? Ex-husband,
not.
ex-husband, ex-husband. Can't hear you.
Of course not.
The second case starts with a damaged mailbox, but it quickly becomes obvious that the real conflict has very little to do with property damage. Sometimes a simple accident is just the final spark after a much bigger personal dispute. Do you think the argument inside the house made this crash almost inevitable?
What did her sister say to you?
Her sister says that she saw my car there, and I said to her sister, well, if you saw my car, why didn't you take a picture? Because if it was my sister, I would took a picture.
Okay, did you say, no, you didn't see my car?
I said, show me a picture then. Did you take a picture? Show me a picture. Did you
say, no, I'm not? Did you say, what are you talking about?
I said no.
She never denied it, Your Honor.
Okay, so then what happens?
So then her sister proceeds to get in my personal aura, in my personal space.
How?
Well, for me, if someone is within arm's length, if someone comes within like your fingertips, you're technically in my aura.
And she does that while she's yelling at you?
Yes.
Okay, and what do you do?
Well, kind of not run out, but I definitely, it wasn't a walk.
Was anybody chasing you?
They were following me.
Who's they?
Her and her sister were following
She
me.
came out too, just waiting to see what you're gonna say?
Yeah, she was, I think she was trying to calm her sister down from, you know.
Were you trying to calm your
I don't know what
sister
was
down?
really going on. For
I
me.
was trying to calm her down, but I also wanted answers.
Yeah.
But you know,
I wanted
I don't blame you. I'd want
wanted
answers too. I just wouldn't.
I think they were
stage
drunk.
it
I wasn't
during
drunk.
Thanksgiving dinner. How many other people were at the house?
A lot.
Yeah, whose day was either ruined or titillated, one or the other. So you get to your car, and what happens?
I get to my car and I get out of there. The only thing I made sure I didn't do was hit somebody's car. I didn't have time to look for a mailbox.
I don't know what you're saying. Did you hit the mailbox?
I didn't have time to look to see if I hit a mailbox.
Well, no, you
So
just
she had.
What did she
sorry.
do?
She had time to.
I don't care about time.
Look
What
for
did she
cars,
actually
but
end up doing? Did she
She
hit the
my
mailbox?
She obliterated my mailbox.
Okay. Did
Vehicular
she
manslaughter of my
did she put it in
mailbox.
reverse and back into your mailbox?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Do you have any proof of the value of the mailbox? Because you're suing for $400.53.
I do have an invoice. Here you go.
Is this the replacement mailbox?
Yes, it is.
Let me ask you, Ms. Payton. I don't have time to make sure I don't hit something. Of course you have time. Just don't hit something. I don't get that.
Well, I mean,
How do you figure you're not going to have to pay something for the mailbox?
well, I was under duress. They were following me, but it was two of them and one of me. I mean, I have my car.
Yeah, you're inside your car. You're safe already. All you have to do is not hit anything.
Right. And so I didn't know what they were charging at. I didn't know what was going on. I
Okay,
just
so
knew
it's
I
called
needed
an
to-
accident.
Right.
Right. I don't think you did that on purpose. But if it's an accident, you also have to pay for it if it's your fault. Get it? So yeah, you're going to have to pay for the mailbox.
The judge makes an important distinction here. She isn't accusing the defendant of intentionally destroying the mailbox. Instead, she's reminding everyone that negligence can still create financial responsibility, even when there's no bad intent.
All right, I'm ruling in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of the $400.53. It's an accident. You didn't do it on purpose. But are you cheating with her ex-husband? Oh, Lord. Are you?
All rise.
Both cases ended with judgments for the plaintiffs, but for very different legal reasons. In the first dispute, Judge Milian ruled that Van couldn't simply throw away Peter's belongings without giving proper notice under California law, regardless of their damaged relationship. In the second case, Brenda wasn't found to have intentionally destroyed the mailbox, but accidents still carry financial consequences when you're at fault. The common lesson in both cases is that emotions may explain why conflicts happen, but courts ultimately decide cases based on legal duties, evidence, and responsibility. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.